Welcome to another episode of
Good Cop,
Bad Cop Podcast. Come on. It is Motivational Athlete Ali Rashid, just in case you didn't know, now you know, and it is
Bearded Mo, food reviewer. I don't know why I keep saying food reviewer.
Just say yo!
Yo, it's Bearded Mo.
That's it, let's go! Anyway, we're in the studio today. What we're talking about is a very serious topic. Now that we got you smiling a little bit, because we need you nice and relaxed to understand this is a serious topic, but we'll try and not be as serious for you to understand it.
Yeah.
We are talking about mental health today. Mental health is a very, very serious topic, and I don't think a lot of people, especially younger generation, when I was young, took it serious at all. Yeah. We used to just call that person, that guy's mental.
Yeah.
That guy's lost the plot.
Lost the plot.
That guy's lost his marbles. Have you seen that guy?
Is that he's not feeling well. Plus, you don't feel good.
Jelly! What's the matter with you? We never discuss Mr. Vidi's health outside the family. You know better than that.
Yeah.
Or, look at the way that guy walks. He's, you know, I used to see a local cat, old man walking around, and he used to be carrying a, may Allah bless him, he's passed away now, but he used to be walking with umbrella all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he had a nervous breakdown and he never come away from it.
Yeah.
And we used to think, you know, the guy was, you know, he used to walk around, what's wrong with him? But, you know, as a kid, you kind of find it a bit strange.
Yeah.
But, subhanAllah, coming to an age now, coming towards 50 years old, and when you kind of realise, when you get to a certain, like, cross line with understanding people and how people work, it is a very, very serious issue.
Yeah, I think me personally, I've not really had any experiences myself, alhamdulillah, yeah. I've always seen people around, even nowadays, you still see people around thinking, yo, he's not right in the head and stuff like that, but it's not right because you don't know what they've been through. They might have had, you know, something happen in their family when they were young, they might have been treated incorrectly when they were young, they might have been bullied from a young age, and I just think, you know, the older you get, is you realise the importance of it. And you see people nowadays, like Tyson Fury, for an example, he's like an ambassador of mental health, isn't he?
Yeah, it's right. You know, like, the thing about mental health is you don't really know, unless you really don't know or studied it or have someone in the family or a close friend who's suffering from it, you don't really know first three things: how to address it,
yeah,
what's really going on with them, and the third thing is it a real problem?
Okay.
Or is someone making it up? Like, sometimes you might think, oh, he's playing the field.
Yeah. Okay. So how would you say lockdown has affected your mental health?
My mental health, every day I'm battling it, mate. I'm beating
Really?
people up in the house, and getting my kids, I'm chucking them over the fence. I get my missus, I give her a front kick, and I come in through the door, and I just break everything around me.
No roundhouse.
No, that's just like Hulk Hogan in me.
Yeah.
We are whatever. Yeah, but no, that's a Bia Brackers in me.
No idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, but if you don't know, you know. WWE, man. We grew up watching wrestling.
Yeah, drop a like if you know what he's talking about.
If you know what I'm talking about, drop a like. If you know what he's not talking about, drop a like.
Yeah.
But anyway, either way, like it.
Yeah. So
Lockdown basically, it affects people differently, but I think the most affected people by it are the people who are most inside all the time. Like, for example, in the Asian communities, mostly the females, and not even just in the Asian community, generally, if you're a mother, you're the one who's stuck in the house more than the father, because the father might end up going to the shops. You don't want the mum to, you know, catch anything, or he's a bit more protective, like, I'll go do the shopping, or I'll go and do this. It's not being macho, it's just basically being a protector, and that's in men generally. But how it's affected me is being around, like, for example, the school stopped, so the kids are at home, so that's the first thing. It's a change that I've never seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen anybody go through a pandemic like this where school shut down. You know what I mean? In my whole life, and I don't think anybody in the last 100 years has seen anything like that.
Yeah.
But like, so that was a massive adjustment. Now, what you got to understand about mental health and your psyche is based on your daily drive of what you do to get your highs. There's a lot, you know, everyone highs and lows, but it's what you do to get your highs. Like, for example, if you're stuck in the house and you work from home, you'll be used to being in the house. Yeah. So it's not a new environment for you. But if someone's taken away from that, you're used to going out, eating with friends, you know, going to work, having a coffee, having a bit of socialization time, chilling out, going training in the gyms. There's so much different things that have been axed. So personally, for me, it's affected me, but I've kept myself focused and balanced, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So before our minds were always busy, but now it's like constant pressure. Like you used to have pressure from the kids here and there, but now there's constant pressure. But it's not only for them, it's about those elderly as well, those who suffer from loneliness.
Loneliness is something that a lot of people, if they feel that they're misunderstood, or their confidence is not as it should be, or they procrastinate a lot and stay away from people, or there's different social aspects of this that become a mental growth factor in your psyche that make you feel like you're deprived, or you're negative, or you're not confident. And I think that loneliness is a very good point. Beard had said there that really it stems. A lot of people suffer from mental health from being alone.
Yeah,
it's a very good point.
Yeah,
and that's where you need to have the right people around you.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got many people around you, you need to do the right things to kind of stay away from being like lonely.
Yeah.
You could be alone and not be lonely.
Yeah.
Or you could have everyone around you and still be lonely.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's a mindset.
Exactly, and I've heard some sad stories about loneliness where you hear elderly people who don't speak to anyone for days, and that is a massive impact on your mental health. And you hear stories about they go to the doctor just to talk to the GP. They have nothing wrong with them, but they just want to speak to someone. But so if you know someone who's lonely, a neighbour, a friend, just reach out to them, drop them a text message. It does a load of good. So
just to quickly touch up on that point.
Yeah.
When Allah, He's blessed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with nature, human nature instincts.
Yeah.
But one of them, right, is like, for example, you have a survival instinct.
Yeah.
Part of that survival instinct, like we have ni'mas or blessings that Allah has given you, like to talk, to listen. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth. If we don't start using these ni'mas, what happens is sometimes it's like like if you go back to training, you kind of forget how to do certain things.
Yeah.
Or that's the thing about talking as well. If you don't talk or you're lonely, you kind of forget sometimes how to communicate with people.
Yeah.
And that's a problem where people start thinking this guy's a bit mental.
Yeah.
Stay away from this person.
Yeah.
But really, it's been alone that long. You don't know how to be social no more.
You've had a recent experience about a suicide, haven't you? So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, true. Well, this is something very, very unique to me. Like, I've never had this kind of level of someone reaching out to me. But I think me and you were supposed to go live that day.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Press-up challenge.
Yeah, no, plank challenge.
Plank challenge, yeah. One of the challenges that I do on my Instagram.
Anyway, we were supposed to go live at 7 o'clock, and at 6:45, like, I was setting up the pod, for the phone and stuff on the floor where we're going to do the plank and stuff. And on my other phone, like, because I have 2 phones, and on my other phone, I can just, like, I can hear the Instagram going off, like, beep, like, message, beep, 1 come through, 2 come through, like 4 or 5 come through back to back. I was like thinking, my Instagram is quite busy, but it's a bit unusual that 5 or 6 come back to back like that.
Yeah.
And then it starts ringing, and I don't know you can ring on Instagram.
Yeah, no, it's a new feature.
It's a new feature, isn't it? Because I didn't realise until my phone started ringing with a funny tone. I was like, stop what I'm doing. I've gone over and looked. I've got incoming call from somebody who actually been liking my posts and like occasionally sends me a little DM like, or keep us motivated, and I like this and I like that. And
keeps in touch here and there.
Yeah, just once every 2 or 3 weeks might drop me a little text, a message and stuff. But anyway, why is he calling? I didn't realise. And then I thought, do I take this, do I not? So I missed the first call by the time I got there. Then he rang straight back. And I thought, this is strange. So I've answered the call. It says a video call, but it's actually a voice call. And he's crying on the end of the phone. I've never, to take a call where someone's crying to you at the end of the phone, first you're thinking, has he rang me knowingly, or has he not rang me or is this a slip of the phone?
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, is that Ali Rashid? I says, yeah, it is. And he's like, oh, bro, I'm going to kill myself.
Wow.
That is, like, wow.
My heart would have dropped.
No, but you go from like being like level 5 or 6 on a chill to level 20 being on the opposite side. Like, is this guy talking to me about this? Like, what was... So I'm like, I didn't want to say you're kidding me because he's crying. So I said, you what? Say that again, mate. And he's like, oh, basically, I'm going to kill myself. I'm on the train tracks.
Wow.
So I'm like thinking, he's on the train tracks. Now, if any, you people watching this, please put yourself in my shoes. I'm telling you this story because I want you to actually feel what I went through.
I'm visualizing it right now, and I'm
it.
thinking to myself, I don't know how I would have reacted.
So you get a phone call, Instagram, a random person calling you, answer his crying, saying, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
You what? Like, I was thinking of going Instagram live in 10 minutes.
The thing about that is, you don't know if it's a joke because it's such a...
I thought it could be a prank. That's the first thing I thought.
Exactly, it's such a serious topic. You don't know whether it's a joke or whether, even if it is a joke, you still want to communicate with those, because someone might prank you. You might think it's a prank, think, oh listen bro, I need help, please help me out. You might think
you
it's a
always
prank.
need help though.
Yeah.
He's said that when he calls me, I'm used to that, like, I need your help, bro.
Yeah.
I don't answer his call no more.
Yeah.
But I'll always answer yours.
Yeah, so always take it seriously. You never know. It's like the boy who cried wolf. He might prank you a couple of times, but that one time when he needs you,
You might save his life.
Yeah,
but yeah, so anyway, get in this. I want you to feel this now for the next 3 minutes. Just feel what I went through so you understand how to deal with the situation. Because for me, it was virgin territory. I did not know what's going on. And I was quite shocked of how to deal with it. But my mindset was positive and focused, and that kept me moving and getting a good result. But yeah, get a phone call, take it. So he's saying this to me, and I'm like, so I goes, are you alright? And he goes, obviously he's not, but what do I say? I want to keep the conversation going. I goes, well, where are you? Because I'm on the train tracks and I'm like, kill myself, bro, and you're the last person I'm calling. Last person you're calling. So if I'm the last person you're calling, I better make this call the best quality call advice I've ever done in my life, because right now it's become a challenge to save him.
Yeah.
Straight away, so at first I thought, is he pranking? Then I realised he wasn't. So after a minute or two of talking to him, I kind of settled down because my adrenaline was kicking. So I said, right, okay, so where are you? What train tracks are you on? Where are you based? And he said he's local in Derby. So I was like, rah. So I said, right, which train tracks are you on? So he tells me. So I'm like, okay. So I goes, where are you right this minute? He goes, I'm lying on the train track. I'm like, he's lying on the train track. I goes, right, why have you called me? He goes, because I got no one else to reach to, and I cut my family off. No one's there for me. I'm going to kill myself. And he kept repeating this thing.
So that goes back to loneliness, isn't it?
Yeah, so every time he's talking to me saying he's going to kill himself, I'm thinking, no you're not. No you're not. Not on my watch. Like, so it wasn't a pride thing. It wasn't egotistical. It was something that I can save this guy's life today. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. So Allah's put him to reach out to me so I can save his life, and I didn't want to fail.
So what did you do?
So what I did, I took the call, spoke to him.
Before you say that, did you know what to do, or did you just...
I had no clue. I had no clue, but I've got life experiences. I've dealt with things, like I've been around things. I've seen people being attacked and hurt and stuff, and kind of know how to kind of resuscitate to a certain degree or be around people. But anyway, so I have no experience in this thing. So what I've done, I put myself out of my shoes thinking, now I'm a lifesaver, I'm a superhero, I'm a doctor, I'm a whatever. I had to be somebody I wasn't, like to become something to help this person. If you think you can't help this person, honestly, you won't help that person. You probably say the wrong things. Don't say it. Just listen. Listen and say it's going to be okay. So I'm reassuring him. And what I've done, I've kept him on the phone. So I said, where are you? He told me where he is. 10 minutes away. So I said, right, if we get cut off, brother, the first thing I want you to do, I'm coming to see you. He says, you're going to come and see me? I says, yeah. He goes, you? I goes, yeah. I goes, I'm coming to see you, but I need you to get off the track. So I goes, can you do that for me? So I had to work with him, and he says, if you're coming to see me, yeah. I says, okay, I'm coming to see you. I'll be there in 10 minutes. You need to come away from the track. So I can hear him maneuver, and he says, come off the track. So I says, brilliant. Tick one done. I've got him off the danger zone. But he's still not out of danger, So I said, right, I'm coming to you. So what I did, I jumped in my car while I've got him talking, and I said, if I get cut off because of reception, because Instagram is not a call, I will call you back, but I will be there in 10 minutes. Can you give me 10 minutes? And he said, I can give you 10 minutes. I said, fine. So I got off the phone, right, because I thought, if I keep him talking, I might get pulled up by the police. This is what you need to do. These are steps I'm telling you. You ring the police, you cover your back. Because if anything was to happen, obviously I'm on Instagram, I've got loads of following on social media. I don't want to get done for something or get some public outcry against me or whatever else. I have to protect my interests as well as his. So I rang the police. The police gave me some clear instructions. Right, where is he? Right, do you know him and whatever else? I said, this, whatever, and you. Then they said, I said, what do I do? They says, go to him. We will send a car out. or you can take him to the hospital. I said, I will take him to the hospital because I think if he sees you lot, he's going to think I played him.
Yeah.
So he's got his trust in me. I need him safeguarded, so I'll get him in the car.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, you know, I don't know whatever else, you know, it could be carrying a knife, could be carrying anything, you know, but I felt confident enough to myself to handle the situation if that happened. So when he seen me, I seen him standing exactly where I told him to be. He was there.
Yeah.
So that's a box ticked off. So he see me, biggest smile on his face, couldn't believe I pulled up. I said, get in the car, mate. So he got in the car and he's crying and he's like happy to see me, like you see relief. Like he actually
needs to speak to someone, is that what it is? He
Yeah,
needs to get some things off his chest.
It's a hard, you know, like when you look at someone in the face and you kind of see mixed emotion, like he's happy to see me, but he was going to do it. You can see sadness, but you can see happiness.
Mixed emotions.
That's what he had. So when I seen that, I was like, no, man, I'm glad I turned up. So anyway,
what did you do? Where did you go? Did you get straight to the hospital?
No, I drove him for about 20, 30 minutes because I just wanted to get into his head a little bit to kind of say, look, because I could get him to the hospital, drop him off, you could go straight back to the track again.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I made up this is a challenge for me. I need to do this, not as just being like a good person, but as a Muslim, we need to represent like what we can do. So that was a pushing issue for me as well, like to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Took him to the hospital. Sat in the car with him for another 10 minutes, but then I said, look, first he didn't want to go to hospital, but then when I said, look, I'll go with you, I'll be with you, I'll spend the night with you, don't matter, you know, we'll get you help. He was happy to go.
You need that support.
Yeah,
People
he
need
needed that support, he needed that shoulder. I got to the hospital, he didn't want to go in, so I sat with him, spoke to him, he was calm now, he was telling me about family problems and stuff, and I kind of realised this is stemming from 6 or 7 different issues. I've got an online certification in psychology, so I kind of knew that I had to dig in to see where the lines are not clear to him.
Yeah.
So he's had issues with his missus, his father, his brothers, a lot of breakdown and a lot of stuff, and he's resorted to alcohol.
Yeah.
So he's become an alcoholic, and that did not help the issue because people tried to help him, but it's the first time he was going to commit suicide in the last year or 2 years of all this going on in his life. What I was doing in all this time, I was firing messages to people I know. He's of ethnic minority community, so I know people in different communities, so I reached out. Someone started coming back to me of who he was, his family and everything else.
Yeah.
I got in touch with them all while he's there in front of me, like on the phone. Then I got them out to the hospital. Then finally they came down, like kind of thing, and I kind of got off.
Yeah.
My point is, then he stopped messaging me the next day. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe what came over me. I'm glad you were there for me. I'll never forget this brother and all that stuff.
The moral of the story is, not all superheroes wear capes. Yeah. You are a superhero. Yeah. You are a superhero. If you could just talk to someone, speak to your neighbour on a regular basis, you are doing an amazing job. Just keep doing what you're doing, and if you do know someone who's affected by mental health, all the details will be in the description below. You know, and it's good even if you don't know anyone who's suffering from mental health. It's good to get a rough idea of what you're doing, because like yourself, you didn't know that day was going to come. You didn't know that time was going to come.
So there's simple do's and don'ts, and I'll tell you like some of the do's and don'ts. If someone reaches out to you, you be in the situation, don't say to them like anything negative.
Yeah.
Do not. If you're a negative person, don't be negative around them. It's time for you to be positive.
Yeah.
The second thing is listen to them and keep assuring them everything's going to be okay, because they need to hear that more than anything else, because as far as they're concerned, they're doomed, right? The third thing is try and, while they're talking, try and just see if there's anything that's really stands out in what they're saying that is really affecting them. If they're talking about their wife or they're talking about their brothers and they keep talking about like, I want to kill my, because I don't, you know, whatever it is, that's the thing that is really affecting them the most. Now, you're not a psychologist, you don't know how to deal with it, but let them talk about that issue more than others until you get them to a safe haven. Thank you for subscribing and liking and all the comments that you guys are doing and all the engaging and the views that we're getting. It's a very premature a channel for us. It's only maybe the second, third episode this is now.
Yeah.
So, you know, keep liking, keep subscribing, and, you know, just be there for us, because we'll be there for you.
Peace.
Freak up.